What is up guys, Bruno here, and I'm going to be meal prepping today, and I thought why not give you guys some ideas of what you can prepare for yourself. So we are going to be making 3 meals for a total of 8 portions. Hopefully by the end of this video all of that will be full of food. The plan is to make these high protein, healthy, nutritious without compromising the taste way too much. I'm also going to be budgeting every single ingredient so I can give you a rough cost per portion at the end of the video. So this first meal is going to be turkey mince, rice and a shit ton of vegetables. I think that's the best way to describe it. I'm going to be putting all the ingredient lists and quantities in the description. I think that's going to be much more useful for you, and you can focus on my amazing vegetable cutting skills. Okay, so we're gonna start preparing some carrot rice. For this you're gonna need carrots, obviously, and some rice. My favorite rice is Basmati white rice. You can use any rice that you like, it's your taste buds. To season this rice, we're just gonna use some vegetable stock and some coriander. I swear coriander on rice is underrated as fuck. And with that out of the way, let's cut some carrots. I usually make rice portions 75 grams of raw rice. So this is for 4 portions, so we're gonna add 300 grams of rice. Damn, that was right on spot. Okay, we're just gonna add our little vegetable stock in there. It tells us to add 450 milliliters of water in there, so that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully it's enough to cover the whole thing. We can actually start boiling this already, pretty sure. Okay, I actually almost forgot. We need to put our secret ingredient, which is coriander leaves. We're just gonna drop them in there. Boop. Give it a little whisk. I am setting this on like high to medium heat. I don't want to burn my rice, but I don't want to be here 2 years until it finishes cooking, so that's the plan. Okay, now for the meat, I'm going to be using turkey mince, 7% fat. For the vegetables, there are 3 that you're going to be seeing on all of these recipes, which are mushrooms, onions, and garlic. Onion and garlic just give food an amazing taste, and mushrooms are high in protein, low in calories, they fill me up, and I absolutely love the taste of them as well, so be prepared to see a lot of them. For the rest of the vegetables, the world really is your oyster and you can put whatever you'd like. I'm gonna use some red bell peppers, which are actually a fruit, not a vegetable. Same with tomatoes, actually. And to give it a bit of a spice, I'm just gonna put a bit of red chili peppers. Okay, so the last thing to cut up is an onion, and I always leave onions to last because they make you cry and you might cut yourself and actually have a valid reason to cry. Oh, this onion fucking killed me, man. I swear I haven't cried so much because of an onion in ages. Anyway, our vegetables are all cut up and measured. Our rice is actually done as well, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turbo do this mince and join them together in the containers to get to the next meal. So we're gonna let our vegetables cook for a bit, and then we're gonna add the mince, obviously, as well as some pasta sauce. Okay, so while our vegetables finish cooking, I'm gonna start partitioning this rice into the containers. I am gonna be doing this by eyesight, so I'm not gonna be measuring, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna eat all of these 4 portions, so the calories in like 4 days are gonna add up to the exact amount, hopefully, that I'm counting. That is looking pretty well divided, a really nice uniform distribution, if I might say. Most of the water of the vegetables has evaporated by now, so I think we're ready to add on the mince. These are my favorite spices at the moment: some smoked paprika, some garlic powder, some salt, of course, tons of salt actually, oreganos, and some pepper. Again, these are the ones that I like, but go wild, put whatever you want in there. I'm sure it's gonna taste fine anyway. Okay, so that's looking pretty cooked to me, so I'm just gonna add our tomato sauce in there. So at this point, this is done. It's completely up to you how wet you like your food. I prefer mine with a tiny bit of sauce, but not too much, so I'm gonna let it be here for some more time until some of the water evaporates. Actually, I completely forgot. I love to put some light mozzarella on top of this, so we're gonna spread our mince through the containers, and then we're gonna add some cheese on top. This is all done, and just look how tasty that looks. Now I'm just gonna share it to our containers. Okay, that is it for the first meal and first 4 portions of today. Obviously the mozzarella isn't going to melt now, it's going to melt whenever you reheat this. For our second meal, we are going to be making a chicken breast based recipe, but I would never want to be accused of only eating chicken, broccoli and rice for every meal, so we're not going to be doing rice again. We are actually going to do it with chickpeas, which are super nutritious and in my opinion, delicious. For vegetables, as I said, garlic, onion and mushrooms. We are also going to be adding some spinach in there, and one of my favorite seasonings recently, lean bacon. I'm telling you, this bacon is almost all protein and it gives such a nice flavor to food, it's insane. This is gonna serve 2 portions, it's super easy, you only need 1 frying pan, nothing fancy. So I'm just gonna cut up this meat and vegetables, putting all in the frying pan and let it cook. We have most of our vegetables and meat in the frying pan. Again, I use some 1 calorie spray oil. We're gonna wait a bit until the meat is cooked to add the spinach and the chickpeas, and then we're gonna season everything together. I used to eat chickpeas and beans from the can with a spoon, and I absolutely love it. And ever since I started cooking with them again, I don't know, man. It feels like a cheat because they taste so good and yet they're so good for you. I love those types of foods. This is looking pretty cooked. It's even sticking a bit to the bottom, so it's definitely ready for the chickpeas. And I am just gonna drop the 2 cans all in there. There you go. Before adding the spinach and seasoning, I really like putting some lemon juice. It helps the dish not to become too dry, and I love the taste of lemon. Okay, so this is looking pretty ready for the spinach, and we're just gonna drop everything in there. It seems like a lot, but a lot of this is water and it's just gonna turn into a little green mush. I'm gonna be using the same seasoning as before. This is all done. We are now just gonna put it inside 2 containers. That's our second meal done. 2 beautiful and actually quite big portions. For our third and final dish, we are going to vary a bit from the meat and we're going to make some cheesy prawn pasta. I think you're sick and tired of seeing me cutting vegetables, so I did that in the background. We have the usual mushrooms, onions, garlic, and also some red bell peppers again. We're using frozen prawns because I'm a student and I'm poor, and of course some cheese. This is 50% fat cheddar cheese. I'm gonna be using spaghetti. You can use any type of pasta that you want, just spaghetti is my favorite type of pasta. As I said, we're gonna be using frozen prawns, so I like to defrost them in the frying pan right away. Just drop them there and just let them defrost, and then we're gonna take the water out and cook everything else with them. Meanwhile, we can take care of the pasta. If there are any Italians watching this, I am so sorry, but I cannot stand long pasta, so I'm just gonna break this into 2. As you can see, there is a lot of water with our shrimps. So what I usually do is I just grab the same thing I use for the chickpeas actually. I am just gonna grab that and take all of the water out, hopefully without losing any shrimps in the process, as they're not a lot. There you go. You just drop them back in the pan and now you have defrosted shrimps / prawns. I don't know the difference. Okay, we have our defrosted prawns, and now we're just gonna again add all of our vegetables in there. Fucking hell, my poor garlic. For this recipe, I actually don't like to season with smoked paprika, so I'm just gonna season with some salt, again some pepper, some oregano, and I got myself some fresh basil, and we're gonna pretend to be posh fucks and use some of them. After your pasta is done and drained, you just drop it in the pan with all the other foods. Now it's a good time to drop your cheese in there as well. Make sure to make small chunks so it doesn't like cause huge amounts of cheese agglomeration. That is all done and it's time to put it in the container. You can see the little cheese strings coming out and it's gorgeous. And we're all done. That's 8 meals prepped. I eat 2 of these a day, so they're gonna last me for around 4 days. I sometimes do other meals in between that are not meal prep. But yeah, I find these quite delicious and easy to make. They're also super high in protein and not that high in calories. As I said, I'm gonna be leaving all the ingredients and recipes in the description below. All the nutritional values are also going to be in the description. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoy these recipes, or at least some of them. That's it for me today, and see you next time.